Welcome to the Waves of Profit Day Trading Options Daily Review for June 11th, 2015. I'm Scott, he's Alan. We're going to be showing you that it is indeed possible to make 10% on your money in 10 minutes. And yesterday, June 10th, we showed you Netflix, and it went up a crazy amount, like 200%. And we're just going to say, well, okay, so yesterday it had a great day. Did it continue today? We know you're curious. Did it pull back today? So what's going to happen? And we're going to show you. Oh, he just showed you. Spoiled the surprise.
Well, I figured you're talking about it, so I may as well put it on.
Here it is. Oh, yeah, big drops. So you had the opportunity to make some money going up and make some money going down. But we're planning on starting with Amazon, correct, Alan?
Yeah, well, I figured since we're here, we'll just talk about Netflix.
Okay, we're going to talk about Netflix. We talked about it last time, so check that. Bottom right-hand corner, subscribe. We appreciate everybody who does subscribe. We like the support, and it helps us get the word out. And below, we've got some courses on how to trade, and when you do, you're going to get a free month on the Waves of Profit software, so you'll be able to practice with the replay function and actually, if you want, make some real trades in the first month. And we're pretty sure that that'll convince you this is something that you need to do. 10%, 10 minutes, and some trades are a little bit longer if you want to make the 200%ers. And we don't talk about that too much, but we're working on a course for those people that want to trade a little bit longer. So let's take a look at what happened with Netflix. Flew up and flew down.
Yeah, so, yesterday we had this huge run up, and remember we said you should have got out about there, and we gave you indicators. So here's the new day. It started up here. Like yesterday, it finished down here, and so it starts up here. So if you don't know what you're doing with, this is an inside gap, it's called. If you don't know, you could be on the wrong side of that, hoping in the first second that it's running up. Well, it's running down and continuing to run down. And if you know gap strategies fairly well and that kind of behavior, you go, whoa, I could ride that. So if you're that kind of person, you'd be buying a put when it breaks the risk zone, and you're up to 8%, 2%, 9%, 15%, and on you can go. But, we say get out when you're making some decent money. The market was with you for that red, so that's fine. But we're just going to take the pay and move on. And we're gonna look at this thing again here, and we're gonna go forward a little bit and see the next time there was, oops, gave you a bit of a sneak preview, when the signals said it was a good time to get in. So we're just using the signals. So in this case, it's the usual stuff. We're outside the risk zone. We've got two different kinds of tint, got a little bit of volume. The market's mostly red, got some green, and it's a mixed bag. So this would be one of those cautiously you could ride it trades. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit the buy and see what happens. So that's about to put 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4, so 13%. Now, do I want to get rich on this? But you see the market's sliding. You can see that's what that blue line is the market is sliding. So at this point, we're with the market. And you'll notice here, the market was going up, that line there, and so did the stock. So as long as this thing's running down, I think we're okay. You could probably keep riding it. This is part of the training for longer trades. I'm just going to say, you know what, we made good money, and just get out of that and go look at our regular stuff now. So in the normal world, I'm just going to start the day over here. We're going to go to, let's go look at Amazon here, because that was one of the good trades today. And this is a little bit of a training point. You'll notice here, if I back up a minute, that you don't know which way this stock is going. Sometimes, if I back up a minute, let me get rid of the pen here. It's looking like it might be red. If I go back here, it's like, oh yeah, it's going to go red. It's looking really good. But if you don't have the rules, you don't follow the rules, you might be in red. We've all done that kind of stuff when we develop our ideas. But now, where are we at? Well, let's take a look. We still don't have anything. You see that mishmash? You get to stay out of it. That's part of the rules. Now you're starting to look at something. Now this is just barely broken out, and because it's been such a up down kind of thing, and the market's a bit red, we're waiting 1 minute. See, it pulled up, pulled down. It could go up. So let's wait. Okay, here, the market's kind of green. I've got some consistency. It's above a previous high. This is now a reasonably safe trade. And yeah, it's probably going to flutter a little bit, but we're going to hit the buy button and just watch what happens. So here we bought it, and we're going 1 minute. So you see it fell down, kind of what we expected might do. Now we're back up to where we were, still hanging in. And now we've got a really good signal and tint and all that stuff going on. So this is looking good. We've already got our 11%, but it's such great strength, and the market's behind us. I'm going to go 1 more minute, and then I'm going to say, you know, that's enough money. Because I'm not about greedy. I actually like high consistency in profitable trades. That's one of the goals. So we're going to go look at one more for today. And this one is Apple. And there's Apple. Looks very similar, right? Got the tint, except I've got 2 color tints here. I like this trade better just because of the way the indicators are reading. This will probably be a little bit better trade for a couple of reasons. One of them, I've got 2 kinds of signal turned on. So I'm going to hit buy, and you can see the market's with me. I don't have really good volume on this stock, but let's just see. We're above yesterday's high. Here's 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4, volume's building, 5 minute, and we're just going to take that. And we're going to do a little bit of summary. You can see how this one behaved a little differently, and the indicators were giving some clues about all that. So the summary for today, let's get that out of the way, is, yeah, we rode Netflix twice, and you can look at that again. But, you know, we had a signal for it in the morning to go red. It didn't matter yesterday was green. You know, the system's telling us what to do. So here, 6 minutes, 17%. We did Netflix again later, and that took 11 minutes to get 16%. And that's normal for the markets, is the first part of the market tells you the better trades are happening, the faster time frames. Then we did Amazon, and that was 16%, and that took 5 minutes. And also with Apple, it was 5 minutes, and it was 10%. And, you know, the Amazon one was a little bit, you know, but it worked out. If you want a higher consistency, you practice these things, and you go, oh, you know what? I don't like those fluttery ones. It drives me nuts. I'd rather just stick with, because you only need 1 trade a day, I'd rather stick with the trade like Apple was, or the Netflix trades. So that's what the point of personality and practice is all about, is, you know, that I didn't like that, but I sure like that other thing. So that's it for June 11th.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Alan. Appreciate you sharing this, and the teaching points are really, really helpful. And I really strongly recommend that you go back and you watch these a few times, particularly if you're a student of ours and you're using the programs, because these, you know, open these days up, look at these trades, and then go and see if you can do it without kind of knowing what's going on, and pick up all the clues. There's usually only 5, 6, 7, 8 rules that you need to make sure, or tick marks, as Steve likes to say. And the trick, again, is to be consistent. It's not about gambling. You can go to a casino to do that. It's not about high risk. You can jump out of a plane with a parachute if you want to do that. It's not about excitement, because this is about paying your mortgage down, paying your bills, having a good life, and then creating wealth. And it's really important that we not be one of those people. I mean, the stereotype in this business is, oh yeah, I know Joe, he made $200,000 trading gold options. Oh yeah, and then what happened? Oh, it got up to $500,000. Oh, and then what happened? Oh, he lost all but $20. Oh, then what happened? Oh, he built it back up to 100,000. Oh, then what happened? Oh, he went bankrupt. Like, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about nice, consistent 10, 15% in 10 minutes. It's kind of moving up a bit because everybody's making more, and it's kind of embarrassing just saying 10%. And then knowing when you can take advantage of some of these longer moves. And that's the direction we're going to be going in with the training. But before we do that, you need to have the foundation. And before you can do that, you need to take the courses. They're below. We've got some great discounts for you, and we appreciate your support when you take the courses through our coupons. And hit the subscribe button, bottom right-hand corner, so you don't miss any exciting episodes. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.